what's happening, everyone? Back here with another reaction video. We are reacting to the current Progress 5 of the BFME Reforged project. Alright, so we better get into it. I'll keep it this simple for you guys. I haven't watched it yet, so I know nothing. And it's being a bitch. Ooh.
Hello everyone, we are so happy on our channel. It is time for another current progress
let's take it
video.
down the HD.
Presence of creeps on skirmish maps.
Oh, take it down to that. Because it's loading a little bit
makes
slow.
a game much more exciting.
Oh.
Among the creeps are wild goblins, trolls, wargs, wights, and spiders. Multiple team members have been working on them, but we would like to praise the work of the animator. Often animators specialize in animating men and humanoid beings, while they can rarely handle 8-legged creatures. We think that spiders in Battle for Middle-earth 2 were not much of a threat, and because of that, we want to make them more dangerous to players' forces.
Not much of a threat? What do you mean by that? Because you can use spiders to spam down a base pretty quickly. I think they mean there's creeps. Probably makes sense.
One of our artists has already prepared the concepts for the spider lair.
Are you going to show us? Looks like they have taken inspiration from a redback. Redbacks are normally completely black with a red back, or even I think the males don't have a red back. But oh, creepy little spider fucker. We have plenty of them here, we don't need more. It's just jumping at me. Go away. This will be going up on the main channel because it's BFME related. Even though I've not been following the project as much in the last few months. Not for any particular reason, it's just been following Open Stage a bit more. And just sort of, I saw it up and I was like, yeah, I'll give it a go. Because like, yeah, it's pretty done. God, like, skip ahead a little bit. Ooh, ant moots. I've seen these. They released it in the server as images. Flutterby. Or Papillon. Or Spetterling. That's all the words I know. Butterfly, that was French and German on top of English. Like, it's nice. I like the finishing touches look quite nice.
Entmoot is what the gathering of Ents is called, and in both the book and movie it takes place in a forest. Because of that, we think it looks good in Battle for Middle-earth, so we didn't want to deviate too much from the original idea when we were making the building anew. Now it matches with the up-to-date graphics. This video shows the Entmoot exactly as it looks in the game engine, being Unreal Engine 4, with ray tracing mode activated. We also added a few butterflies to make the place even more lovely.
I've seen this too. They've been working on elves, but looks a bit... It was an interesting one to go with the second faction, but yeah.
Horses love apples, and we thought it would be great to have a blooming apple tree near the stable. Perhaps at some point we will also add a horse petting lady.
Oh. Oh, we have some elven warriors here. Damn!
In the Lord of the Rings books, it is said that the Noldor elves mainly lived in Imladris. Their armor is fully based on the Hobbit version. It's a bit different from their ancient armor as seen in the War of the Last Alliance. According to our plans, Noldor elves are going to act as cavalry and pikemen in Reforged. We attempted to give shields to the cavalry, but ultimately decided that such shields don't really look good, as riders never use large shields, as they would be unbalancing the rider, and smaller shield variations look quite odd. Thus, they were completely removed. By the way, in the books, elves use neither harness nor bridle, just like Gandalf. Elves are naturally light and do not cause their horses any discomfort when riding, Similarly, they can walk on snow without sagging through it. These are the elves of Mirkwood. We made their armor to look like what they wore in the Hobbit trilogy. Their armor is seemingly made of varnished wood, which is light and durable. Mirkwood warriors are going to replace Lorien swordsmen and archers, although Galathrim, elite warriors of Lorien that can fight with both swords and bows, are going to be in the game. Because of all this, we prepared a new voiceover for the elves of Mirkwood. One talented voice actor managed to almost replicate the original voiceover for Lorien elves, now adding mentions of Mirkwood instead. It might seem like the voice comes from the old BFME, but this exact voice is recorded in 2021.
Watch your footing. Don't draw attention. Like the wind. We bring swords from Mirkwood. Mirkwood archers, ready for battle. Drive back these foul creatures!
That's pretty close, I'll give
Our
them that.
homes must be defended. Weapons ready, elves. Watch for the enemy.
Each elf realm is going to have its own banner, so we made
Makes
one
sense.
for Rivendell, Mirkwood, and Lorien.
Me like it.
The elven barracks are made in the architectural style of Rivendell.
Yeah,
A
that makes
sentry
a lot of
elf
sense.
stands guard on the second floor.
Actually mentioning that, and I really like the elven barracks. They looked a bit out of place to me most of the time, so taking a complete new design is actually, it's a policy move, but it's a good move in my opinion. I definitely like even like the soldiers sitting up here and like the fine details are quite nice indeed. Are we? I'll skip ahead a little bit. So your hair will be added later, apparently.
Tom Bombadil was well made for Battle for Middle-earth 2, but we want to make him much more detailed, so the level of it would match the up-to-date computer graphics. One particular and excellent artist of our team has already prepared artwork of him. The Barrow Downs is an ancient burial site for the lords and kings of Arnor. Once upon a time, the Witch King sent evil spirits to inhabit the tombs, raising the resting dead as wights. These creatures will be present on some of the maps in the game. Wights wear various jewelry, such as rings and bracelets. They are magical creatures, capable of conjuring up fog and other spells, glorifying the Dark Lord himself in their incantations. Frodo could hear a part of it when he woke up in the barrow. By the way, if you are a solo singer or musician and want to provide vocals or music together with our composer, feel free to send us an email.
Ooh. Bloody Sauron. Well, Sauron definitely looks good. I won't complain about that. Let's hope he functions well in game.
Meet the Dark Lord Sauron. His armor looks very special thanks to the specific textures and engravings on its surface. We learned much from the Fellowship of the Ring behind the scenes reel, because it stated that Sauron's armor was made using sulfuric and hydrochloric acid to get a peculiar metal corrosion effect. We did our very best to create a similar texture. In skirmish or common multiplayer mode, Sauron is expected to wield a sword like in the Return of the King deleted scene, while in the campaign he would use a mace. We have also conducted some animation experiments. Watch Sauron wielding two weapons at the same time. Let's talk about his spells. We think it's a good idea to have him use the Rain of Fire spell from Battle for Middle-earth 2, but with different VFX. We also believe that it would look great for him to produce a flash of light when attacking, like in the Fellowship of the Ring prologue. Of course, he will also have new spells. We are thinking about it. There was an idea.
So I'm noticing a reoccurring theme, and I think this might be the overall aim. It's mainly about looks, and what's driving them is about looks. I'm sure there's a lot more to it, but so physically they're taking inspiration from like the films and stuff, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but you can always use the description of the books, which is harder to produce into a physical model, but it's an interesting concept. And I don't think this is bad inherently, but I'm someone that drives for gameplay. I'm much more interested in a game that performs well and has strong gameplay over graphics any day of the week. So I'm not the best one to talk about it. See, like for me, visual stuff isn't that high on my list of things I want in a game, so I'm kind of biased in that aspect. But everyone's going to view things differently, so this is just me and my felt and reaction towards the trailer itself. It doesn't mean I'm right or that I think they're not doing it the way they should. This is literally just my reaction.
Idea to make something with fiery lightning. Why lightning, you might ask? There are occasions in both books and movies depicting Sauron conjuring lightning. When Isengard is defeated, Sauron's rage manifests as a lightning storm above Mordor. His very own litless eye is enveloped in lightning. Shortly after his final defeat in the book, his spirit rises above Mordor and a great black hand surrounded by lightning temporarily covers the sky. However, we also realize that lightning bolts in Battle for Middle-earth are Isengard's signature move, really, and we do not want to duplicate or make similar spells. That's why, perhaps, what you see will just be a mere attempt to create such an effect.
They look like stormtroopers. Seems a bit clunky, but it looks good. That'll obviously be fixed later on.
One of the things we've been working on is pathfinding improvements. What we've shown earlier could be called global pathfinding. It guides the units from point A to point B in the best path possible at the time. But in an RTS, many things can happen during the journey. For this, local or dynamic pathfinding is required. It allows the units to handle situations like obstacles, fights, or anything else that might occur during movement.
Thank you! The pathfinding in Battle for Middle-earth is fucking horrendous. And that's because of its age. Maybe even OpenSage might fix the same thing, but yeah, it's something that needed doing. Especially if you want to, I guess, match up to any current RTS at the moment.
This is especially important with collision turned on. We've been working on a prototype that can handle hordes based on specific rule sets. Not only does this allow us to handle hordes, it also allows us to create custom movement approaches for each unit type, like infantry, cavalry, trolls, etc. Each unit moves differently based on their speed or size, for example. With this prototype, we can make each unit type perform to the best of their ability by faking complex behavior. Some use cases for this system are handling banner carriers or moving through narrow paths, remaining in a horde formation, lost units returning to their horde, armies crossing each other, cavalry tramples, you name it. The system is being developed.
Now this is what I've been talking about. I've seen more work done on the visual effects of the game and not much gameplay changes or improvements. Well, nothing definitive anyway, without the obvious case that they're of course going to improve the gameplay. But, yeah, sorry, I thought I heard something. But this is actual showing that they are invested in fixing severe issues within the game. This makes me quite happy to see.
Outside of Unreal Engine 4 as a proof of concept, we have reached the finals testing phase and so far it looks promising. In a Numenorian workshop in great secrecy, Minas Tirith is being made. The statue of Isildur will be one of the jewels of the White City, It can also be used in skirmish mode as the Men of the West statue. Farewell for now. Thanks everyone for your support, your patience, thumbs up, comments, reposts, and letters. Reforge team.
Conclusion. I guess I like it so far. It looks good. I just hope that when the project does, or when it takes off, it does well. As I said, I'm not super invested in the project. I kind of try not to get my hopes up. I'll sit back until, say, a release comes closer. But yeah, it's pretty good. I don't have anything to really complain about, but it's definitely looking good, and it's good to see some new content, because it seemed like new content was ages away, so now we're actually getting to a point where we can foresee a release. Alright, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time, and goodbye for now. Look at that, it's the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the content. Now, a shout out to my lovely patrons, all of you. You make the channel better, you help fund my dream. This is my passion. Let's work together and build this community up, shall we? I am also on other social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Discord. If you enjoy those things, come say hello. Everyone is welcome. And thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoy. Good night.